What's good, guys? CJ here, and welcome back to another DNA character showcase. Today we're going to break down Rhythm and talk about everything that she brings to the table, her weapons, her wedges, her skills, characters that pair up with her that are really good, and overall what this character is able to do. I want to let you guys know Rhythm is a very good character. This is one of those units that you really got to get, play, and test to actually learn everything there is about her, and she is hands down, I'm going to tell you right now, the best and most comfortable AFK farming unit in the game. You pretty much just pop her skill and sit there and you're able to go ham without really paying attention. Not only that, but she's also a character that has a lot of tricks in her sleeve, and the more you invest into this unit, the more she's going to continue evolving. And while every character pretty much has that, she is a character that's going to go from pretty much trash when you have her with no investment whatsoever to being the best AFK farming character in the game, to then being an absolute boss nuker. So she pretty much covers the whole spectrum once you learn how to play her. With that said, let's hop right into the unit, and here we have Rhythm, and we have a pretty solid Rhythm build. I do want to let you know, before we even continue, you must have Intron 1 and 2 on Rhythm to really see her shine. Before that, you're going to find her extremely underwhelming in comparison to a lot of other characters, but she is very much worth investing for that Intron 2. So we have 1.2k electro attack, we have some very nice skill damage at 268, skill range at 130, skill duration at 112, and skill efficiency at 150. So as you guys could see, we're heavy invested into her sustain. Her max sanity is 300. She is a character that's going to be very hungry when it comes to her sanity, so you want to make sure that for this particular build that we're talking about today, you do work around her sanity and her efficiency as well as everything else that we're going to cover. With that said though, she is looking hella good. She could definitely do for a Mikasa cosplay. Let's take a look at her skills. So first off, we're going to break these down as simple as possible because some of these can be wordy, especially her buff. First off, we have Volt Rush. Pretty much is going to be a charge forward or a leap forward done by Rhythm that is going to deal electro damage to enemies along his path, and you can consume 30 points to increase the leap speed and Volt Rush's damage, and grants an effect that increases the damage dealt by Rhythm. Pretty damn simple. You're just going to leap forward, as you can see right here, and you're going to deal damage. A lot of people love this skill for traversal, not only for what you see right here, but because you can also pair this up with other decks and actually fly across the map faster than any other mode or any other tech in the game. Cue the clip real quick. Alright, now that I showed you guys that, let's move on over to the buff, and here we have the Electro Vortex. There's a lot that goes into this. Just know it's pretty much going to be an area where she's going to be dealing electro damage, shocking enemies all around her, and it's going to be really damn good. It's going to consume sanity while she's in the state, and the state ends when the sanity drops to 0 or the skill is used again. There's a lot of things that go on in this skill that you can go ahead and read, but I'm gonna be honest, unless you're trying to get big brain Excel warrior on this thing, you don't gotta really pay attention to a lot of that. Just know she's going to be shocking enemies. They're pretty much all going to be shocking together, and they're going to be kind of getting pulled forward per se. So that's pretty much all there is to it. She's going to be shocking enemies all around her, and that's the whole bread and butter of this here build, because this is the farming Rhythm build and it's absolutely insane. Then we move on over to the passive. Tactical Preservation. When consuming sanity, converts a percentage of consumed sanity into electric energy. The upper limit of electric energy is equal to the max sanity. So this is very important to pretty much what she brings to the table, and it's pretty much part of her kit through and through. From here, we move on over to Power of Anxiety. When consuming electric energy, converts 50% of consumed electric energy into sanity. Once again, it goes hand in hand with everything that she brings to her kit because she's a very sanity-hungry character. A lot of people often farm her because they love electric or they love the way she looks. Grab her, start playing her at I0, and think she's trash because of how hungry she is when it comes to sanity and how low her damage is at I0 compared to some of the other DPS characters in the game, but it's all a matter of building her right. From here, we have her support ability only available when deployed as a combat partner, which increases attack for self and electro allies by 40%, which is pretty good. And then when it comes to these, we have skill range and we have attack. So a pretty standard kit, but there are so many little intricacies when it comes to this character. From here, we're going to move on over to the introns because like I told you guys, or you might know, I believe that if you really want to have a good rhythm and you want to have like an actual fun experience with this character and consider her useful, you got to have Intron 1 and 2. At Intron 1, she becomes useful and good. At Intron 2, she becomes a beast and pretty much the best AFK farmer in the game because you just stand there menacingly and things will just die around you with the power of electricity. So let's talk about at least these two, and in my upcoming video where I fully break her down, max dupe and everything, we'll talk about every single one. For now, Intron 1, electric charge deals AoE damage within a 3-meter radius. This is going to be very good to enhance her AoE and farming capabilities. And then we have her Intron 2. When an enemy with electric charge is defeated, their electric charge is transferred to another random target within a 20-meter radius. The transferred electric charge retains its remaining duration, allowing the effect to continue on the new target. You guys can see why these are absolute must-haves for her as a farming character. If you want her to be out here clearing entire rooms without any problem whatsoever, if you want to be looking that way and see like 30 enemies just take 1,000,000 damage and turn to the left and see another 30 enemies take a bunch of damage, yeah, you got to get these two. It's just the way it is. A little bit expensive because right now she is a weekly character, but nonetheless, it's a very, very worthwhile investment if you're trying to lay back and just grind it out without any care in the world. With that said, though, let's move on over to her build because this is where things get interesting. Shout out to the homie Merrick's, by the way. This is his rhythm, and he's the one that put this together. And I just want to show you guys, this man has a bunch of builds for this character because she is just that versatile. You're able to play her in many different ways, and depending on how you're trying to play her, she's going to perform many different things. For me personally right now, we're breaking down the farming rhythm build because I just think that at I2, that is what she does the best. You can absolutely demolish bosses like this, but her best use scenario at this point of investment is going to be farming. So let's talk about it. First off, we have Thunder Midnight Sun. This is going to give us electro attack, skill damage, and skill duration, which is really good. We have Wings Inspo, obviously for that sanity and skill efficiency. You absolutely must have this wedge on her. Is very, very good. Then we have Prime Morale, which is going to be, you know, the typical stat boosting and morale, which is not bad at all. Ravaging Thunder, skill damage plus 30%, and when an electro character uses skills, they gain 1 stack that increases skill damage by 5.4% for 16 seconds, up to 8 stacks. This is insanely good on her when you start, you know, buffing her up, when you start getting more introns, when you start putting more work into her, because she is going to deal so much damage, guys. She's pretty damn solid. Then we have Blaze Volition, which is going to give us attack and skill damage, which is very, very good for this particular build. This is a very good Demon Wedge. I wish every single element had this Demon Wedge. It's absolutely insane. So we're going for 2 Blaze Volitions. Then we're going for Blaze Morale. Once again, attack percentage and morale, which is going to be pretty damn solid. And then we have an Inspo Elapse, which is going to give us more skill efficiency. Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys can see, she is going to be a character that is very reliant on skill efficiency and sanity. If you want to be comfortable playing your rhythm, for now, I highly advise this is what you want. And I'm actually going to be straightforward with you. If you want to do a bossing, you know, build and be even more comfortable, you might even want to go deeper into the skill efficiency or even the sanity somehow. Nonetheless, this is the build that I want to showcase in this particular video because it's absolutely insane. I love my Rebecca. You guys know how much I love my Rebecca, and for AFK farming, for clue farming, this is hands down the best character in the game for that. Moving on to the weapons, we have the Wayne Wraith. You guys already know what it is and what it ain't. This is here because of the movement, but it's overall just a really good weapon. It's a very good stat stick. It's going to be giving her a massive, chunky skill damage boost. So go ahead and get it if you can. Very damn good. And once again, I showed y'all the wedges because a lot of people often ask me about the wedges on some of these weapons, even though it doesn't really matter. This is just here for traversal, even though she fast as hell anyway. Then for ranged weapons, we have a Scratch Deal, once again for some skill damage. Really nice stat stick up in here that you're going to be able to use to give her more skill damage so she can burst and deal more damage without any problem whatsoever. And for the build, this is what we got over here. Some nice trigger probability, you know, the usual. This is pretty much what you want to go on her so you have no problem whatsoever into anything, even any of her techs, which we will talk about in 1 second. Now, we pretty much talk about the character, the weapons, and all that good stuff. Moving on over to the Geniemon, I will tell you right now, Electrelf is going to be just absolutely insane. I do think this is a very, very good Geniemon to put on her. It's going to restore sanity, which you absolutely need. and it's going to increase the skill damage for you and your allies, which is absolutely insane. And for the passive skill, increases electro attack for the main character and the combat partners by 3.2, and the stats provided by demon wedges with prefix Griffith, Typhoon, or Covenanter, which is going to be really damn good. This is a very, very must-have geniemon right now for pretty much all other electric units, and probably upcoming ones, because the current electro geniemons are honestly kind of doo-doo. Now, if you don't have this and you still want to put something else out there, might as well go for the usual that everybody runs. Rock your box, you'll be fine. Or you could go ahead and put your Cubald, which is just going to give you Ultra Shield. But down here, the main character and combat partners gain Electro Attack and Max HP. But once again, this is going to be the bread and butter. Moving on over to the partner characters, Fina is an absolute demon with pretty much everybody, regardless of what you got going on. She's absolutely insane. So by all means, rock your Fina. She's going to be very good. I have a build video for Fina in the channel, so do be sure to check that out if you want to know exactly what the best ways to build Fina are. And I will be having more videos, because at the end of the day, that's the best thing about this game, build variety. Outside of this, you can go ahead and pair her with a lot of different characters. I like pairing her with Truffle and Filbert. That damage boost from these two is going to be very damn good. And that's really it regarding this character, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there are some extra things we can actually throw in there to show you guys what you can do. First off, we already know she's going to be AFK farming. She's going to be able to deal damage to massive mobs in many different game modes. It's not just the AFK farming that's so good. It's the fact that she can deal damage to a lot of enemies. And you can go ahead and build her with more range. I have seen people building her with range, which is also pretty good. I personally think that you don't necessarily need all that range on her. I already think that she does a lot of great damage and has pretty damn good range. But if you're trying to deal damage, the thing with this character that makes her so good and so interesting is the fact that you can cancel the animation on your E, which is going to be really good to deal some really good damage to bosses the more you invest into this unit. So basically the way it's going to go, you have your gun, right, that you shoot, no problem whatsoever. If you want to be able to cancel your E ability, it's pretty damn simple. All you got to do is hit E. And as you can see, you're just canceling the animation. You're still doing the skill, but you're canceling the animation, which is going to be really damn solid, because you're going to hit everything of the skill right there. You're going to be able to burst down bosses with this ability. So by all means, ladies and gentlemen, learn that if you really like your rhythm and you want to main her. And once again, this is one of the build videos that I'm going to drop. Once we get some more investment into this character, we get her fully duped up, we get her with more wedges, we're actually going to go out and test her melting down bosses. But for now, if you've enjoyed the video, do be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.